Breaking tonight, just hours after rising talk of a possible ceasefire across the region, something unusual is happening in the financial space, and it's getting attention fast. Because suddenly, numbers are being discussed that weren't being discussed before. The US dollar, the Iraqi dinar, and whispers of sharp movement that, if true, could change everything for those watching closely. Now let's be clear right from the start. There is no official confirmation of any sudden major shift, but what's happening right now is enough to trigger something powerful in the market: attention, speculation, and most importantly, fear of missing out. Because when geopolitical tension cools down, even slightly, markets react. And right now, people are asking a simple question: is this the moment things begin to move? Let's slow this down and look at the full picture, because what we're seeing is not just one headline. It's a combination of developments, political, economic, and structural, all starting to align at the same time, and that's what makes this moment different. Let's start with Iraq's political situation. After months of delays, repeated setbacks, and internal disagreements, Iraqi leadership has now confirmed that a long-awaited parliamentary session to elect a new president is expected to move forward. This is critical, because for months, this process has been stalled, blocked by lack of quorum and political divisions, especially between key groups. But now there is visible pressure building. Reports indicate that attendance will be closely monitored, and even the names of absent members could be publicly revealed. That changes things, because suddenly this isn't just another delayed meeting, it becomes a moment of accountability, and if this session succeeds, it unlocks the next step: the appointment of a prime minister, the formation of a full government, and potentially faster decision-making at the highest level. Officially, the timeline allows up to 15 days after a president is selected, but in high-pressure situations like this, things can move much faster. Now, while this political movement is gaining attention, something equally important is happening in the background: the economy. Despite regional instability, Iraq's financial position remains stronger than many expected. Let's break that down. First, foreign reserves. Iraq currently holds reserves strong enough to cover more than a full year of imports. That's not just stable, that's powerful. Globally, most countries aim for around 3 months. Iraq has significantly more than that. Second, commodity reserves. The country has built up large stockpiles of essential goods, enough to support domestic demand for extended periods. This reduces risk, it protects markets, and it keeps prices under control even during external shocks. Third, trade flow. Despite tensions in the region, Iraq has adapted, using alternative routes through neighboring countries. They've kept goods moving and avoided major disruptions. So when you step back and look at it, you see a system that is under pressure but not breaking. Now here's where things get even more interesting. A major economic meeting recently took place involving Iraq's top financial leaders and representatives from the Kurdistan region, and the focus was clear: unifying customs systems across the entire country. This is not a small update. This is a major structural shift, because for years different regions operated under different systems, leading to inefficiencies, lost revenue, and lack of transparency. Now they're moving toward one unified framework: one system for tariffs, one system for border control, one system for revenue collection. That means less corruption, better oversight, and significantly stronger financial control. And here's the key detail: both sides are agreeing. The central government and the Kurdistan region are now aligned on this move. That alone is a big signal. Now think about the timing. All of this political movement, economic coordination, structural reform is happening right before a major parliamentary session. That's not something you ignore, because when multiple systems begin moving together, it often points to something bigger behind the scenes. Now let's connect this to what people are talking about: the dinar, the rumors, the numbers being thrown around. Here's the reality. The official exchange rate remains unchanged through official channels. Banks are still operating within the known framework. There has been no confirmed announcement of a sudden revaluation, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. What we are seeing is build-up, momentum, a system that has been developing for years, now approaching a point where decisions could be made. Because over time, Iraq has been doing the work, stabilizing its currency, improving banking systems, expanding digital payments, increasing transparency, strengthening reserves. All of these steps create one thing: readiness. In financial terms, this is often called optionality, meaning when the right conditions are met, they can act quickly. And we've seen this before. In past adjustments, Iraq has shown the ability to move exchange rates in a short time when necessary. But here's the part most people miss. Just because the system is ready does not mean the change happens instantly. Timing is everything, and timing is controlled. Now let's talk about the biggest factor driving attention right now: emotion. Because when people hear numbers, when they see headlines, when they feel like something might happen, they don't want to miss it. That's human nature. That's FOMO. And right now it's building fast. But this is also where mistakes happen. Because speculation moves faster than confirmation, always. So here's what actually matters: not rumors, not screenshots, not isolated claims, but confirmation. Real confirmation looks like this: multiple banks updating rates at the same time, official statements from financial authorities, global platforms reflecting the same numbers consistently, clear procedures for public access. Until those things appear, everything else is early noise. Now, stepping back one more time, what do we really have here? We have a country moving through a critical phase: political pressure building, economic systems holding strong, structural reforms accelerating, and external conditions beginning to shift. That combination creates attention, creates speculation, and creates the feeling that something big could be near. But the key word is could, because until confirmed, it remains a developing situation. So what should you do? Stay informed, stay alert, but stay grounded. Because the biggest advantage you can have right now is clarity, not speed, not emotion, not reaction, clarity. Because if something real happens, you won't need to chase it. You'll see it everywhere. And when that moment comes, being prepared will matter far more than being first. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned because this story is still unfolding.